Hi, Gig. How are you? Hey, Logan, I didn't write you back, but I tomorrow's a bad day to ship out because it's 14 degrees here. And I want to leave those things going on too much. Hey, Fish Tropic, first in the chat. Don Gallagher, soon to follow. Daryl Deemer. Logan with Ambest Aquatics. Let's see who's this. Oh, hold on. Hello?
Hello, may I speak with Peter Teal?
Sure. Who's this?
Hello, my name is a survey to gather opinions on issues facing Missouri today. This call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Okay.
Are you or is anyone in your household a reporter
It's a survey.
or active in any political campaign?
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. You have a wonderful evening.
Okay, bye. I didn't want to speak first, so I just said yes because I knew they'd hang up on me. All right, how y'all doing? So here's the dope. It was like 15 degrees this morning. Tonight it's going to be 14 degrees. Today's high in beautiful Joplin, Missouri, which is closer to Arkansas than it is to Kansas City. I can be in Arkansas in an hour. Julie, welcome to the live stream. Here's the dope to dope. It's gonna be 14 degrees again tonight. Hey, D, down the wormhole. Thanks, welcome for being here. It's great having you all here, by the way. So here's the story. Is that I talk a lot for work, and on Friday, I began to get hoarse. And people at the office were getting sick and stuff like that. And because I have to talk so much for work, and of course I talk a couple hours a week right here, I put myself on voice rest. HC Agua, what's up, Jesse? So I put myself on voice rest. It's a little over a decade ago. I kept pushing through, and my vocal cords got so strained that I was on 2 months of voice rest. 2 months. And I was walking around with a pad of paper, and you go to a restaurant, you go to the store, any question you have, you have to sort of write it down. My handwriting isn't very good, just to be quite honest with all of you. It's terrible, in fact. So so people are looking at it going, what's that letter? What are you saying? That's so I didn't want to get to that again. So this weekend I just laid low. I had to go to the grocery store, but other than that, there was a thing for work, and I talked as little as possible at it. Otherwise, I spoke nothing at all. Tampa Tom. Okay, guess who's here, everybody? Guess who's up to see his daddy? Yeah, Bolo's here. I just took him out to walk, and it's only his third walk since I got home. So again, he's on medicine. So one problem is solved. I have another problem, and I don't know if they're just hiding away really good. I don't know what the deal is. My baby super red plecos. Last time I saw one was about 5 days ago. Now it's in a 55. There's plenty of places to hide. A lot of driftwood. There's different caves, all that sort of stuff. But I get up really early in the morning. I get up at the crack of dawn, the crack of dawn. So I snuck down. I turned on the light in the aquarium, hoping to catch them out and about, and I saw none. I have a question for anybody who breeds ancestris plecos, and these are these plecos were free swimming. These were, moving around the aquarium, eating on stuff. I had some eggplant up them for them to eat, which they were eh. I have zucchini I'm going to put in after tonight's live stream. I had zucchini at dinner to go from there. Why am I not seeing? I saw at least 8 at one time, and now I'm not seeing any. So is it just they're hiding away? They've sort of figured out, stuff's going on. I don't know. Help me out here. I'm trying to figure that out. So it's all good. So yeah. So other than that, that's what's that's what's sort of going on. I ordered some medicated fish food, primarily because all of a sudden, my one of my strains of guppies that I have in a number of tanks, all of a sudden I have no fry in there at all. And I've gotten tips over time that a good medicated fish food from Everything Aquatic. I'll tell you what the name of this is. I've been told that's really helpful with the guppies, and I'll get them back on the breeding type of the breeding type of thing. So Gmail. Da, 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 da. Let's see here. Where did I get them from? Yeah, Everything Aquatic. And so I have that coming, and I'm guessing that'll be here because, it'll be here, by the weekend, I'm guessing. Valley Fish, welcome to the live stream. Great having you here. 8 here, 5 thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. So what can I tell you? You, and especially you. So I got through, spent the weekend not speaking at all. I drank about a gallon of herbal tea. I need to buy a new thing of honey. I went through there. My voice is fine today. My voice did not get hoarse today at all. And I did my full work day. So whatever I was doing, helped solve the issue. So that's good news. So, so that's good. So I can get back to my normal fish tube routine. Heck with work. The fish tube routine. Work is means to an end. It means I get to have more fish stuff, right? Roof over my head, kibble for Bolo. And Bolo's busy hanging out. He's like slept in my lap, and then he goes off. So this morning, I get up at about 4:23. Hey, no problem, Don. I'm all about lurking, everybody. If you have to lurk, please lurk. I just appreciate you being here and being part of the live stream. We're all really busy. There are so many live streams that that I enjoy watching that sometimes I just can't get to. And I missed D yesterday, and it was just because I went out to do grocery shopping and I had to get that done. So I had to go run that errand. So and so again, you just try to get in as many as humanly possible. I caught a little bit of Jesse's live stream yesterday, a little bit of Aquafunk yesterday, so those were good. It was great to be on those 2 live streams. But again, we all have to work, don't we? We have stuff going on, so that's sort of the deal. So yeah, so the house stuff, here's what's going on with the house. I got all the paperwork to the mortgage lady. I'm going to stop by tomorrow on the way home from work, make sure she has everything, but I believe I got her everything. If I didn't give her everything, find out what that one piece is. It's all good. Hey, Tampa Tom, lurking, baby. Lurking is good. It's all good. So that's really good. Bob Kaler in the house. Kaler's Aquatics here. So great having you here as well. Whenever I go in, I always say that starting at 7 Eastern. Well, if I'm sitting here at 1:45 and just doing a couple of things around the house, and I see a bunch of people here, I'm not going to be some sort of a jerk. I'm going to start it right then. Talk to you guys. You're here. It's so that's going in. So I've been finishing a report for work. I have to get this done. It's not that long. It's like a three page report. How far am I? And I'm about 2 pages in, so I've got a page left. As soon as I get done with my our live stream, I'll finish that and get that going. And once I'm done with that, I'll go to bed. So this morning at about 2 a.m., Bolo starts making noise. I'm going, and at first of all, I'm thinking, what time is it? And I'm like a millennial. I do not have a clock anywhere in my bedroom except for my cell phone. That's it. So I look at my cell phone and I'm going, oh God, Bolo, it's 2:15. And then I hear it. Coyotes. A bunch of them and pretty damn close. And even though Bolo's a diminutive little guy with a heart condition, and he is by nature, he's all boy, man. He's all boy. And so at that moment, he wanted to go outside and he was not going to take no for an answer. So I went, I took him out, took him for his walk. I kept close to the townhouse complex I live in. There's sort of a back area not far from where I am where it's an area that hasn't been developed yet. I live on the western side of Joplin. So and so I see deer occasionally. I see other wildlife. You know what I've not seen in the garbage can? I've not seen a raccoon, and one would think I would. I have not seen any raccoons at all. Maybe that's what good news. The good news. The coyotes keep the raccoons away. I don't know. So I took him out, did his walk. I went back to sleep. He wasn't out that long. He just wanted to urinate. So got in, and the alarm went off this morning. I showered. I had one of those frozen breakfasts. This is by Amy's, and it's a tofu scramble, which, by the way, I know it doesn't sound good. It's good. It's really, really good. So I went and did that, and so got home at my lunchtime is sometimes for people that when they're going to work. I was here at 9 a.m. walking Bolo, feeding the fish. I fed the fish at 4:30, and just a little bit of something to have there. Then 9 o'clock I fed them. I took him for his walk. Went back to work. Monday was nuts. It was a bonkers day at the office. So once I was done, I came in. I have to do for work like 2 reports tomorrow, and one of them is like, do any of you guys at the business you go? I'm a middle manager. Do any of you guys have corporate consultants that come in and sort of break down how everything is going in the office, making sure efficiencies and branding and all that sort of stuff going out? Well, my company has a consultant that's coming to town at the end of February, and I have to have a report done in the next week. So tomorrow, there's another thing. There's like an industry deal for my company, and I'm supposed to prepare something for that. So I get to tomorrow, I get in, and essentially all I'm doing is writing reports all day long. And so I started the report for the corporate consultant that's coming in when I got home from work today. And I got like a paragraph in, and I don't think it's written that well. So I may just squelch it. So with the fish, this week, I've got to get down to last weekend. I wanted to get down to Fayetteville to pick up some $1 a gallon fish aquariums, because what I have like about 4 more weeks left, 3 more weeks left in that. So I need to go down to pick that up, pick up some more fish aquariums. It's in my car. Realistically, for tens, I can take like 6 at a time. I don't have a huge car, and I don't want to stack them on top of each other. It's an hour away. I'll go down there, get 6 aquariums, get back, and I need to get another 29 gallon and maybe a few 20 gallon highs. So I've got to get that set up as well. So I've got to go down there, like twice over the next couple of weeks. So, probably the next payday, I'll drive down and pick up the 29 and 220s. And of course, these are not being set up until I move. It's which is all good. It's the process of the fish room. As you're getting ready to move, and I don't know how many of you people have moved and you're moving your fish. So going through the process, and I'm going, okay, do I put them in like I have like I don't know for your water changes. I don't have the Python, which I'll probably end up doing in the new house. But I don't know if any of you do what I do. Turbo Fish, what's up? What's up, El Nerdo? We're all good here. We're all good here. So I have my big 45 gallon rolling garbage can that I set up to age the water in. And to look the water I load in, I have a couple of buckets that are clean water buckets. And then I have buckets that are dirty bucket waters. See? And so I'll load those up and then I'll dump them out into the yard. I think my landlord is the people who do the lawn for my landlord are always look really weird as when they see me come in and out. Here's why. You know what they find in the grass? Like 3/4 eaten pieces of zucchini. Because I put zucchini in for a couple of days, I pull out what's left, and I put that in one of the dirty ones. And when I dump the water out, it goes right out there. I don't. I know some people go and dump the water down the toilet, and when I lived in an apartment complex, I did that. But hey, this is good water. I'll help the grass grow, right? Good for the grass. So I go and I dump that out. I'm a good tenant. Other than every time they walk in, there's like 5 more aquariums set up. I'm quiet. I keep to myself. It's have you ever noticed when they ever arrest somebody for like a bad crime, they always interview the neighbors and they go, well, tell us a little bit about Jeffrey Dahmer. What was he like? Quiet, kept to himself. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, do you know what? It's on the other side of the building. Hey, what's up? What's up, Susan? Is that the other side? Yeah, it is a little bit better. When I get into the house, I've got to get that grass looking really good. It's I've got to go out and set up. Get everything set up with the with the move over, with the setup. And what I have decided, mainly because, okay, I'm single, not much of a chance of being married, at least in the short term, right? It's I have a big kitchen with a tile floor. I think I'm going to set up the first group of aquariums. First rack in the kitchen. Has a door going outside, nice and convenient. Perfect for bolo. It's all good. So that's what I'm thinking of doing, but I haven't made up my mind yet. I'll figure that out. So I've got time. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to go into the house uh, before that happens. So who knows? Um, so that's the deal there. So March 2nd, I close. I don't have the close time yet, but it'll probably be early afternoon since I work first thing in the morning. So I'll go sign my life away, get the keys, go over there, walk through it, and then the fish aquarium setups will begin. I will have in the back of my car another 45-gallon thing of water, uh, garbage can to put water in. I'm going to have that all set up. And and by the way, for those of you who do this, I'm not being critical here. It's just I have certain paranoias. I have certain concerns. Let me have a sip of this. By the way, I'm drinking Judge Smell's favorite drink of all time. You ever seen the movie Caddyshack? It's a Fresca. It's great. That bell, by the way, is my ring. I have a digital doorbell. In fact, I'm going to silence that. I have a digital doorbell, and it's quite frankly really cool. I'm going to set up, at my house a number of different things. But what I really sort of want to set up is that I want to set up a live cam on a bird feeder outside. Okay. I snooze the motion for an hour. All right. So so I'm gonna go and set up cameras, but I want to set up a camera that I can put up on a bird feeder 24/7 in the backyard. It's like one of the things I want to do, and feed the birds and do all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I can't wait to be, and I also want to set up because I'm kind of you never know it by my videos. I'm kind of a camera nut. I have a nice camera, and I want to set up one of those things for hummingbirds, where I can sit out there on the deck and take a lot of pictures as they come in to eat. So I'm kind of excited about that. So I'm looking forward to that very much. But I'm looking forward to getting the fish moved over. I need to order. I need to order some more lights. I'm still working on which stand I'm getting. I would like to have it so the 29-gallon aquariums, I can have them coming, having long ways coming out. So we'll figure that out. Do you know what? I have not used Flourish iron. Does anybody know that? Tampa Thomas, on what color is Flourish iron supposed to be? Let's talk about water changes for a second. I'm really weird, and I see, and I shouldn't be, by the way, um, about this one aspect is that I know that people will go in and they'll put unfiltered water, but they'll put Prime or uh, another one of the water conditioners as they fill up the aquarium. I just think that adds up to way too much. I think that there's way too much on the line if all of a sudden you don't treat it right, and leaving water to sit for 48 hours, helps clear stuff out. So that's sort of the deal. Hey, Sand Creek Aquatics, welcome to the live stream. Great having you here. So, I get the idea, and one of the things I'm also going to use is I'm going to use pumps, to pump everything out the back door of the deal. And I was sort of hoping to find a home with a basement, but the deal is I wanted something that was relatively new construction. And because apparently this area of Missouri has a real big problem with radon, and radon's not good for you if you didn't know. It's, caused the big cancer and everything. And yeah, it's aged the water. That's the deal. Um, when I was a kid, and just my dad was pretty into the aquarium thing, but he didn't quite get into it like I got into it. But my dad went out and he would hatch, brine shrimp, and he would raise them till they got a little bit bigger in size. He didn't feed them as baby, and really should have fed them as babies, mainly because we had when everything was said and done, uh, we had very small fish, except for when my dad got into the idea of getting an Oscar and then realized that a 10-gallon wasn't the right size. There was no internet. Who knew? Who knew? An inch a gallon. So he rehomed that one. So, but we had like tetras and swordtails and guppies, but not the serious type of guppies that I have. So that's sort of the deal. Sort of the deal all the way around. So that's good. So I've got that up and running. I have these 2 10-gallons up and running here, and I haven't set them. I haven't put the heater on and put fish in them yet. And I'm moving in 2 months, and then I realized something. Less than 2 months. I have so many fish in my other tens. I need to do that. So it is what it is. I'll put the heaters in maybe tomorrow, and then I can move the fish over. They've been up and running for a few weeks. I can move the fish over. Once the thing goes in, we get a decent temp here. So the other thing that we have going on that again I find I find a lot of fun is that the aquariums and getting that moving in. I've got to get I in my 55. I'm using the Marineland filter and 220. Okay, Terry's tropical fish. When we hatch brine shrimp, it isn't the shrimp we're concerned with feeding; it's their yolk sac that has the nutrients. There you go. Yeah. Yep. No, exactly correct. That's why I hatch them out every day, baby. Hatch them out every day. And my fish are growing and they're happy and fat, except for one of the strains for whatever reason is all of a sudden not having babies. So I'll give them that medicated food from Everything Aquatic. I'll let everyone know how it works because Lord knows I need more babies. Now I have them missing. And again, if anyone can help me answer this really quick, Bob Kaler, you're here. I brought this up earlier, and you may have a better deal on this, or Daryl, one of you guys may have a better deal on this. So help me out. My Super Red and Citrus Plecos, Asiago, you could probably help on this. Okay, I get my first hatching. I see the fry going around. They're little teeny little guys. But they're free swimming. They've got they're eating on things. I see them eating zucchini, all that sort of stuff. And the last time I saw one was last Wednesday or Thursday. I have not seen one since. Will their parents go out and eat them? Will the bigger ones go out and eat them? None of the other fish were going after them when they were small. I have baby guppies all over this aquarium. Nobody's touching the baby guppies. So I need your thoughts on this. Anybody who's going through it. But I have plenty of places for them to hide. And I'm going to dig through the aquarium because I'm packing up some shrimp for Ambus Aquatics. So all of a sudden you see that he has my water conditions are perfect. I did it. The last time I did a test was probably about 2-3 weeks ago. Fish Tropic back. Good deal. They're fine. It's in fact that male super red. He's beginning to fan on more eggs right now. So yeah, everything is good. My water, my ammonia's fine. My nitrates, it's all good. My pH is about a 7.5 here, and you know, no, everything's good. Everything's good, and but again, there's a lot of places for the plecos to hide. I have two big things of driftwood. I have lava rock that has Java moss on it. I mean, there's a lot of places for it. A lot of places. Yeah, it wasn't that big. It was only, it's a 55-gallon aquarium. I have a canister filter, Marineland 220, which has only been operating. I haven't changed out any of the stuff inside that yet, but that 220 has, oh, you've had it happen? Um, my hatch though is my hatch. I had 8 fry. Eight. I didn't see any more than 8 at one time. So not a ton. Um, it all the other fish in the aquarium. I have probably 35, 40 male guppies. I counted up 120 fire red shrimp. Um, I have, probably about 6 or 7 leopard danios, and I have about 10 celestial danios. That's it. It's everything. It looks good. The aquarium is growing really well. It's do water changes. Okay. Yeah, I did a big water change on Thursday in that aquarium. So Anthony's fishy friends. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, so for those who weren't here early, I do a lot of talking for work, and on Friday my voice started to go hoarse. And there was one time I was on voice rest for a couple of weeks, and my voice was strained. So I put myself on voice rest because I didn't want to go on. I didn't want to have to go to the doctor and then go on 2 months worth of voice rest, which sucks. So that's sort of it in the nutshell. So over the weekend, I spoke very minimally. Um, it's I probably more called the dog than anything else. So yeah, so everything is good. Thank you very much. I feel much better, and my voice today was really, really good. By tomorrow, though, we'll see how I feel, how it goes in the morning. Everybody at my office is sick. Hey, hey, congratulations, Tampa Tom. Busamani, rainbow eggs hatching out. That's fantastic. By the way, and I guess I have to go through. Okay, I've now done. I can now get shrimp to reproduce. I can get guppies to reproduce. I can get super red plecos to reproduce. I need to probably try to breed celestial pearl danios and uh, try to breed the leopard danios. That's probably something I'll try doing that when I get in the new place. And of course, my big temptation is to get bettas and play around with some of the bettas. Our friend at Simply Betta had a new video out the other day where she got some bettas internationally shipped in. Holy capoly. But I'm scared that I would have, again, 100 of those bottles sitting around my house. Jan Aquarium, it's okay. Lurk away. It's not creeping. It's all good. Well, I hope your celestial pearl danios breed as well, Anthony's fishy friends. Do you know what? No, I want to go and it's the two types of bettas that I'm absolutely Yeah, no, that's true. Less jars of the wild types. The two varieties of bettas that I really, really like are the crown tails and the half moons. And and the deal is I have enough going on right now that I can, because you know, I'd like another strain of guppies or two. And you need more aquariums for that, so that's enough busyness for me. So we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. What I can tell you also is that yeah, the whole jars thing. I would like the idea of trying to trying to get a spawn. I think that would be fun. I've watched people do spawns. I've learned a lot online. Yeah, a lot of big temptations. So we'll figure it out. Um, so it's yeah, so it's all good. So I've got to find out where I am on my list to get Bolo's girlfriend. And because the guy told me, he didn't have a litter in he only had one of three litters that were in September, so I was supposed to get one of those puppies. So we'll find out what's going on. I'll reach out a note to him and find out what's going on with that and see where I am on that on that list and just go from there. Um, my so the whole process of moving is this. I have a canister filter question for people. And for my 55, I have the 220 gallons per hour uh, canister filter running on that. And Paracicloma, Cyproclomus nidrinis. Okay, no, I don't, but not me. But I hope someone else is. Um, so yeah, those Latin names. I went to Catholic school. I went to parochial school, and you'd have to do some stuff in Latin occasionally. I was terrible at it. I have a hard time with English. I know enough Spanish. I know all the curse words, and I know things like cerveza por favor, which means beer me please. Tequila por favor. Taco borrego por favor. Royal Fish Aquatics. Hey, welcome to the live stream. I looked at your website the other day. It looks great. And so it's all good. It's all good all the way around. So um yeah, so the beta thing, yeah, that's but I'm enjoying the guppy deal. So my goal with the guppies here is that there's a strain from Asia that ATFG put up, and I'm trying to think whether the pictures of it look startling and different. And I'm all about different. And sometimes different doesn't mean like it's a saleable thing. And as Tampa Tom was asking me, he goes, "Are you in this to fish for profit?" No, I want to pay for my hobby. That's it. It's just want to pay for my hobby. Um, I want to try things genetically. I want to play with genetics. So not that I'm against. I think we all have the desire of doing something we truly have a passion for a living. You know, I don't think that's me, but I love it and all that sort of stuff. You know, I don't want to get that serious into it. And that's a good question. How serious do you get into it? When I get to like 60 tanks, is that mean way too much? I should be thinking about breeding for profit? No, no. We'll figure that out. So my The Amica Splendens are doing well. There's a tank. I need to change out water in their tank, and I have to scrape it. It's got a lot of algae, and I don't know why it has so much algae in it. Just to be fair, I maybe I have to add a. I have a sponge filter in there. Maybe I need to add one to it. They seem to be doing great, so they're growing and they're maturing and all that sort of stuff. I'm hoping I get some babies relatively quickly with it. Okay, what's that? Let's see if this was a work text. It's not a. Let's see here. Well, I actually did get a text here. Let's see here. Ah, I have kind of a lady I'm exchanging. I'm becoming friendly with, but it's not it's not a relationship or anything like that. So that's like famous last words, isn't it? So my fish, yeah, the Mica splendens. I've got to scrape that tank, do a water change. I may have to add some, some guppy grass to the top there. Maybe that'll help keep the algae away. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. I have a second, uh, sponge filter I could put in there. Maybe that's what I end up doing. We'll figure that out. I'll get that going. And again, I hate to do too much since we're moving it, and we're moving it here in the next. It's well, today's the 20th. So let me look at the exciting deal here. Lumpy Dog. Hey, Bolo's right here, everybody. Let me show Bolo. So there you go. Yeah, he's chilling like a villain. So last night, I'll give you another thing with this. Pomeranians. People don't realize this, and I'm sure I've mentioned this before. They're herding dogs, like round up ducks, livestock. That was one of their uses before they were bred down to being, 7-pound lap dogs. They still have that natural instinct. And so last night, I was busy watching the game, all that sort of stuff. I didn't want to get into bed. He barks at me a few times. I go, "What? What?" He goes upstairs to sleep. He was trying to round me up because he wanted me to go upstairs with him. Sort of the deal there. So yeah, so the whole moving of the fish. Oh yes, so I'm going to get a 75-gallon aquarium for my living room. I'll probably put the 55 in the living room as well. Just can't have enough fish aquariums around. Here's the question I have for you. The canister filter I'm using is 220 gallons per hour. Does really a fantastic job on the 55. Would that work just as well with the 75? And I don't know the answer to that, so maybe you guys, somebody can help me out there. This is my first foray into canister filters, and I've got to go. I've got to turn it off and go in and put a new. I have to change out the. Yeah, yeah, that's what I think too. I think that's good with the canister filter. Do I need to go to 360 gallons per hour? Or is the 220 gallons per hour? Is that going to do the do the trick? There you go, Tampa Tom. Yeah, Guppies. If the water's pretty good, the Guppies are going to get to boom boom and make some babies. You don't need to play the Barry White music or the Usher music. I like Usher, but it's all good, and so that's sort of the fun there. And by the way, this is a Sergeant Tank T-shirt, so there you go. Okay, well that's good. Well, I don't need a real strong flow because I'm gonna keep with the 55. I'm gonna do something different with it. I may end up doing I may end up going out and doing something to take care of my extra, my culls. So get something like, I don't know. Um I may go back to Jack Dempsey's actually. I kind of like Jack Dempsey, so I may do that. So we'll see what's going on. We'll try to figure that out, and but moving over that canister filter, just swapping out the stuff. Um, my 55 right now. I do have some plants. I have some baby tears that have grown just nuts. I mean, they have grown like there's no tomorrow. And oh, hey, thanks very much, Anthony. And you're talking about goldfish, which make a big mess. They're, they to keep a goldfish aquarium going well. That's good. So you have 90-gallon and less than 300-gallon, yeah, and a sponge filter. Okay, that's all I need to know. I will, and maybe in the 75, I'll put a sponge filter in the back of that and call it a day, and it'll probably work out just fine. So again, I have to figure that all out. I'm a pretty simple man, everybody. A pretty simple man over there. Hey guys, thank you so much. 16 here, 16 thumbs up. Thank you so much. So yeah, so I have aquarium lights I haven't set up yet. Um, I swear to you, it's hoarders. When I get into this house, hoarders gonna have to show up and do all that sort of stuff. Hey, thank you very much, Bob. I'll let you know when I get my move in, and once I get my move done here, and I appreciate it. Yeah, that's good. I'll let you know. Um, so yeah, so other than that, oh, here's the other thing I did this week. I will tell you, the beginning of 2020 has been I've had a lot of stuff go on. Number one, I started doing extra work, extra stuff at the office. Number two, I bought a house. Number three, I cut the cord on cable last week because they just cranked up my rate. I was paying like what and the cable company was and the building I'm in the townhouse complex, in the lease I can only have one cable company, so I'm sort of stuck with them. But I'm not stuck with going cordless. So I cut the cord on cable. Obviously, I have the internet and I have the house phone. So here's what it is. I went and did probably one of the coolest things I have done. I went and I did Sling before, and there were a couple of things about Sling I didn't like. Like they didn't necessarily have all the channels I wanted. So that was really good. I really appreciated, so I said, okay, I'll try something else. And you never get everything you want with them. I looked at YouTube TV and Hulu, and I decided to go with Hulu. I can cancel at any time and go somewhere else, but I'm doing Hulu right now. And all I can tell you is that the picture's really good. It looks better than the cable actually on my TVs. The one channel they don't have, I can actually pay for to get, and I haven't looked up to see how much it is. It's the Science Channel. Yes, I know that's hard to believe. And do you know what? I don't. Hey, Matthew More Cichlids, welcome here. The party can begin. Woohoo! I cannot do anything other than my current cable company inside my building. My problem has been with AT&T. I've had that in previous places. Is that because I do large file uploads? Um, I need internet as fast as I can get it, and the one thing I can say about this is that it's pretty quick. And so, yeah, the deal with the YouTube TV is that there were a couple of channels that they didn't have. So that's why I went with Hulu. My brother is looking at it because he wants the NFL package. And so he's had direct TV forever. I mean, when he's had it since they bought their home, and that's like 2005. So, oh, you have Hulu also? Now, do you have the Hulu where you stream all the channels, or you just the service with the neat stuff? Here's one of the things is that Hulu came with my cell phone. My cell phone is through Sprint, and they gave you free Hulu. Here's the problem. If you know what the problem is, um, the the deal is with the Hulu is that it seemed like you get some of the shows you'd be able to look at it, binge watch certain shows that are part of their deal, and they have very limited stuff, so it's that's not real positive. Yeah, I have Netflix too. By the way, if you have not seen the Aaron Hernandez special on Netflix, it's like a 3-part documentary. And for those who aren't familiar, it's not necessarily a good family operated show, but um, is that Aaron Hernandez was this guy who was played with the New England Patriots, and he had sort of a side sort of a hobby. He liked to murder people, and they put three murders on him, and there may be more. We'll never know. So they went through the complete court case with him, going over. They were playing uh, jailhouse recordings with him and his mom, him and his fiance, um, and his mother um, is busy. And by the way, uh, obviously not an indictment on all school teachers. His mother was a school teacher, and his mother is yelling at him while he's in jail, where she's saying, "Why didn't you give me $1 million? All I need is 1 million. All you got 40." And he went out and he said, "Well, I didn't get paid 40," which is probably true, but he probably just got 10 million up front or whatever he got, and had to pay the taxes on that because it's in frickin' Massachusetts, which they tax the living hell out of everything. So yeah, but it's they were going through a lot of different deals. I think the guy, I just think he was a bad guy. I just think he was a bad guy. That's it. Thank you very much, Lumpy Dog. Yep, Peter and Bolo on YouTube. Perfectly family friendly. No cussing. No, Bolo occasionally want to get down and go for a walk. He, by the way, is totally zoned out right now, which is very cool. He's very chilled out like there's no tomorrow. So yeah, so I'm just getting ready for this move, and looking at all these guppies, which is great. And so yeah, pretty happy. Yeah, that's the one thing I didn't want to do, Matthew Morsicklets. I didn't want to do house remodeling. Number one, it's not my skill set. Number two, it's I bought a house It's 9 years old. It's in great shape. They had a couple of things to fix, which they agreed to fix. It's all good. In fact, I did not drive. Tomorrow I may, on the way home, drive by the house just to sit in the driveway and look at it and drive the neighborhood. But I'm pretty excited about the whole thing. So it's let's see here. Been watching you on Netflix and The Witcher. Yeah, I have not seen either of those shows yet. I need to. South Park did this bit with Randy Marsh, and it was white people renovating houses. All right, Matthew Moore. Yeah, I haven't seen those yet. I need to. I have not seen The Irishman yet. And now that football season's over, I've got to give up. What was it, like 8 hours long or some ungodly amount? It's like 3.5 hours long. So I've got to sort of set myself up to watch that and go out and enjoy. Excuse me. So so I'm pretty excited about that, about the whole the whole deal with that, and catch up on my viewing there. The one thing I probably should do is get a larger TV for the living room, because my living room TV is okay. It's and considering what you can buy now for like $400, I think I spent $500 on this 2 years ago, and it's a 40-inch, which is a nice size, but I might as well put that in the bedroom, where the magic happens, and put, could happen. I get a girlfriend or a wife or something, could happen. Or it's, I could put, and in the quote unquote guest room, I have a 30-inch TV, so I can go put that in there. So when if I have somebody visit from out of town and all that sort of stuff, they can stay there and get that set. So that's sort of what I do with that. I'm sorry for yawning, but again, guess who woke me up at 2:15 in the morning? Yeah, good times. So let me get a sip here. That's correct. And you never know. My brother, who's actually good at fixing crap around the house, my brother has hinted at coming out and helping me get things organized. And I don't know if he's going to do that or not. He's been with the same employer for like 30 years, and they allow him to save up vacation. I think he has like 4 months of vacation that he hasn't used, which is really nice. I had one employer that would allow you to get to the point of it's they would allow you, let's see how many, they would allow you to get to you could have like you know like about 5 weeks in reserve, but once you got to that, and if it went over that, you would lose your hours, you'd lose your vacation time. So my brother's company doesn't, and he's got that going on. He can, I think when he gets to the point of retirement, he'll be paid as a full-time employee probably for a couple of months at least. I mean, he has a bunch, so he could come out here and spend a week or two with me and help me organize stuff. But I don't have a lot of junk anyways. I just so that's the good stuff. And so we'll go and get that going on. So So in fact, when I'm done with today's video, I've got to finish my report for work, but I've got zucchini to get in the aquariums. I've got baby brine shrimp that's hatched. I got to get that ready to be served to the fish. Got to finish this report, and then I've got to go and make that, and get ready to go to, and since I wake up at 4:15, I try to be in bed by about 8:30. Really goes in and tells you the type of exciting man I am. Okay, so I've got lots of fish aquariums. I hatch out my own baby brine shrimp. It's a dream for any woman. It really is. So yeah, so that's sort of the deal. Yeah, no, busy night, D. It's it never quite ends. I gotta take Bolo out for another walk. He did get his medicine though. The other night I totally zoned out his medicine, and so I'm giving him his medicine like at 8:30 or something like this. And one of the medicines he's on is a diuretic. So, and I'm just going, oh, I hope, I waited about 45 minutes to take him out. He he urinated a lot. If you're diuretic means it makes you pee. And I'm just going, oh, he's going to wake me up at some ungodly hour wanting to go for a walk because I forgot about it. So yeah, it's all good. So yeah, so the other thing with the house, I'm going to put in the nest, or not the nest. I'm going to put in, I have the ring, so I'm going to get a couple of cameras for the ring that hooks up with Alexa, so I can look at around the house when I'm away from home. And so that's all good. Hey, Bob, thank you very much for posting that. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you throwing that up. And do you know what? I saw the thing on that, and I don't keep isopropes or whatever that those things are. But the whole thing about mites, and I'm going, oh, mites. That doesn't sound good, D. So that so hopefully that gets all solved. Yeah, Bolo merch. I got to get that done. I got to get that done. Now that I've bought a house, I've done all the, I've got the mortgage, I think, all ready to go. I'll start working on Bolo merch because I've got like the world's greatest picture of Bolo, and so I need to get that. I need to get that up and running. It was in fact, the very first picture I took of him when he was like 3 months old, and yeah, he's isopods, exactly correct, isopods. So it's what's God, it's I keep forgetting if you're in Saskatchewan or Alberta, D, and I should know that because you've said it about a billion times. It's I bet you it's a little brisk. Hey, Rob, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. Thanks for dropping by. Great having you here. Alberta, yeah, it's I bet you it's a little chilly in Alberta today. If it's going to be 14 degrees in lovely Joplin, Missouri, cold, 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 chilly, 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 willy. And I've allowed Bolo's hair to grow out, and part of me is now regretting I did that because I'm taking him out, and he's got a full head of hair, and so he doesn't get cold. He's going for that walk. He wants to go for a big walk. So part of me is going, oh, I probably should cut him back so he gets business done right away. So I don't have to sit outside in 14-degree weather. I'm going to cut him back once I get May. Usually I shave him down to a quarter inch and let it grow out. So it's I prefer him to be fully haired, though, even though it's kind of a pain in the butt. So all of a sudden he gets dirty or what have you. You have to wash him, and having it nice and short. You don't have to worry about stuff like that. That's why I keep my hair relatively short. 65 degrees, and there you go, Don. That is, you'll probably have to be wearing a full winter coat, or as they probably say in your part of the world, a parka. I lived in California a couple of times, in a winter jacket, they would refer to them as parkas, and I'm going, okay, gang, it isn't. Parkas is sort of what the Eskimos wear. Canada, a full deal there. It's not quite a parka. And then when I lived in Alabama, Susan, if you're down here, you can confirm whether this is true. 25 degrees, Rob. Yep, that's nice and brisk. So in Alabama, when I lived in North Alabama, they would call, a knit cap. Canada, they call them a toque. In North Alabama, Carrie Nature, welcome to the live stream. They call it a toboggan. A toboggan is a Norwegian word. Norwegian being, my people. That's a sled. And I was like trying to explain that to some of my Alabama friends when I lived there, and they didn't quite get it. No, we call it a toboggan. I said, yeah, it's not what the word means. It's a sled. Toboggan is a sled. But again, some of the regional, when it's you call it in Tennessee too. You know where that came from, by the way? I learned where the whole deal about toboggan came from. Is that like in the Sears catalog, way back when? Hey, thank you very much, Mr. B. Thanks for dropping by, Brandon. I really appreciate it. Is that they went in and they were selling toboggans and hats. And I think they were calling it a toboggan hat. Yep, the old wooden sled. Exactly. Toboggan. Yep. So yeah, so I was told that's where it came from. But I love the way, regional stuff, and quite frankly, because of in Ottawa. There you go. It's I bet you it's a little brisk in Ottawa tonight. My mom's side of the family all emigrated to Canada originally and came down to the warm place of Michigan, of Grand Rapids and Muskegon, Michigan, in the mid 1800s. But they were in Canada from some of them from the late 1600s, French settlers, and so they were there. I mean, really early, not too far after the Mayflower came to Plymouth Rock in Massachusetts. So there you go. All right, gang. We have another live stream coming up. Bob Steenfoss coming up. I want to thank you guys for being with me tonight, and I really appreciate 12 here, 21 thumbs up. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thanks to my mods. Thanks to my friends. Well, you're all my friends. So again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you. Have a great Monday night.